Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. So this is part 2 to the Pineapples and Tulip Square Shawl. So if you've missed part 1, I recommend jumping back to part 1 so that way you can catch up. It starts off like this, and then we turn into a square with this big swoop in the center. All right, so I'm sure you've seen it in the thumbnail, but just in case I didn't put it in the thumbnail, I just wanted to give you a little explanation. So today we're going to be working on the next 10 rows. Part 1 was rows 1 through 10, and today, part 2, we're going to work rows 11 through 20. That will leave us with 2 parts left, which would be 21 through 30 and 31 through 42 because there's 2 rows of border on it. All right, let's begin on part 2. This is row 11. All right, we're going to start with either a chain up or a mock double crochet, whatever is your preference. So I'm going to mock double crochet back into that very first stitch and then place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then chain 1, 2, 3. And we're going to hop over this chain 3 and we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then chain 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to hop over this next chain 3 space and go into the following. And we're going to start working chain 3, single crochet to the next chain 3. So here we are. We're going to jump over to this chain 3 space on our pineapple here and single crochet to it. Then chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. And you're going to work that repeat all the way over here to the end, the last chain 3 of that pineapple. At this point, you should have 7 chain 3 loops over the pineapple. And now we're going to repeat basically what you see. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip this chain 3 and we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to chain 3 more, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip your next chain 3 and place 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So we have a double crochet stitch and then a chain 2 V-stitch here. So that's our next stitch is a double crochet. And then we're going to do a chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 space of the prior row's V-stitch. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and hop over your next chain 3 space here. And we're going to place a chain 2 V-stitch into your next chain 2 space. Then you're going to place 1 double crochet into that next stitch. So you skip the second leg of the V-stitch and go into your next stitch and place a double crochet. Now you're simply going to repeat. You're going to chain 3, skip 3, place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Chain 3, skip this chain 3, and jump over to your pineapple to create 7 of those chain 3 loops. And continue that repeat all the way to the end. And I will meet up with you at the end, and we will move on to row 12. All right, to end row 11, you're just going to finish with 1 double crochet in each of the last 3 stitches. Now let's move on to row 12. We're going to start with a mock double crochet or a chain up for your first stitch. So 1 double crochet into the very first stitch and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. We are on repeat of the row we just did, row 11. The only difference between row 11 and row 12 is instead of having 7 chain 3 loops down here on your pineapple, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 3 loops across your pineapple. So let's real quick work through that. We're going to do the same amount of stitches and follow what we did in the previous row. Chain 3, skip the next chain 3 and place 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So you'll notice we're stacking right now these double crochets and the V stitches. All right, chain 1, 2, 3. Skip your next chain 3 and single crochet to the following chain 3 space. We're going to work our chain 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to your next chain 3 loop. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to the next chain 3 loop. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to the next chain 3 loop. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to the next chain 3 loop, chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to your next chain 3 loop and chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to the last chain 3 loop of that pineapple. Then we'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 3 loops. Then again, you're just going to follow what you see. Exactly the way it is the row below. Chain 3, skip 3, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2. Chain 3, skip 3, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Then your chain 2 V stitch into the chain 2 space. Chain 3, skip 3, V stitch in the V stitch, stack a double crochet, and continue to repeat. You're going to do that all the way to the end of row 12. And when you get to the end of row 12, you'll finish with the last 3 stitches as double crochets. I'll meet up with you at the end and we'll begin row 13 together. All right, let's begin row 13. There's only one minor change in row 13, and I've marked off the 2 spots where it happens just to give you an idea. It's at the points here where it's going to turn into a square. But yeah, there's only one little change, and that happens in between those 2 V stitches. It's no big deal. It's real simple. Once we get through this first one, you'll be able to do the second one. Just so you know, it happens twice. I'll get you through the first one and then let you do the second one on your own. All the rest of this is exactly the same. You're going to continue to work the same thing, and your pineapple here will decrease on this row. Now the following row, we're going to add in some pineapples. So I'll definitely be right back for 14. So let's get started on 13. We're gonna mock double crochet or chain up for your first double crochet into that very first stitch. There we go, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2. Then you're gonna chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, and 3. Skip your chain 3 and 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Chain 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna skip the next chain 3 and begin our pineapple chain 3 loops. So we're gonna single crochet into that next chain 3. chain 1, 2, 3, and again, we're just going to repeat this to the last chain 3 of this pineapple. Now we'll count our chain 3 loops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're down to 5 chain 3 loops on the pineapples. Now we're going to chain 3, skip 3, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, just as the row prior. Chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet into that next stitch. Then we're going to do a chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet, chain 2, and the second double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3 and single crochet to this chain 3 space in between those V-stitches. That's the only change that's happening. Now we're going to chain 3 and work a chain 2 V-stitch into the next chain 2 space. So chain 1, 2, 3, and jump over to the chain 2 space of that V-stitch and do a chain 2 V-stitch. 1, 2, and double crochet. Then double crochet into the next stitch, skipping the second leg of your V-stitch. And then you're down here at a repeat. Chain 3, skip 3, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and so on and so forth. You're going to go across the next pineapple, and when you get to this point where you're between the 2 V-stitches, that's where you chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and do the next V-stitch. All right, I'll meet up with you at the end where we place 1 double crochet in each of the last 3 stitches, and then we will begin row 14. Let's begin row 14. For 14, we have another change that happens, and it's going to happen on each side of the pineapple that we already have. The last change was to start to begin to incorporate a new pineapple in 2 spots. This is where we're going to be changing and adding some chain spaces on either side of this pineapple here on each of the 3 pineapples we're already working on. So because we're decreasing here in the pineapple, we need to start increasing on the side. So you will notice that the pineapple is bordered by these double crochets, the 2 double crochets together and a chain 3 space on each side. So before and after that is where we're going to add some chain 3 spaces. Now let's go ahead and start row 14, and I'll walk you through that repeat. All right, we're going to place a mock double crochet or double crochet into that first, or chain up or mock double crochet into that very first stitch for your first double crochet. One double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 3, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Now we're going to chain 3 and work across the pineapple. So our chain 3 loops across the bottom of the pineapple and work over here to our next border around that pineapple with the 2 double crochets. One double crochet in each of those double crochets when you get to the end there. And now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 chain 3 loops at the bottom of your pineapple. And then we're going to chain 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And double crochet to your next stitch. We're up here to these V stitches. So we're gonna double crochet to the next stitch. And then V stitch into the chain 2 space of the next V stitch. So chain 2 V stitch. Then chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your very first chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet to the next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to jump over into the chain 2 space of the V stitch from the row prior and put a chain 2 V stitch into that same chain 2 space. Chain 2 V stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3 and 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And you're just repeating what we just did. Gonna work across the bottom of the pineapple, and then you're gonna add those chain 3s where we did over here after the 2 double crochets, and continue to repeat what we just did until you've reached the end. When you get to the end, I'll meet up with you. All right, let's begin row 15. We're going to start with a mock double crochet or a chain up, whichever you prefer, for your first double crochet into that first stitch. 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your first chain 3 space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochet stitches. And chain 1, 2, 3, skip your next chain 3 and single crochet to the following. We're at the bottom of the pineapple now. We're going to do our chain 3 loops. At this point, you should be down to 3 chain 3 loops at the bottom of your pineapple. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to chain 3 and skip your next chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to your next chain 3 loop. We're kind of going on repeat here soon. Chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to place a double crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to jump over into the chain 2 of the V stitch and place a chain 2 V stitch into that chain 2 space. Then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Now you're going to chain 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're going to skip your next chain 3 space and place a single crochet into the following. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and place a chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch from the row below. 1 double crochet into your next stitch following the V-stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet to your next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And you're just on a repeat. You're going to repeat what we had done over here on this side with your chain 3 loops, and don't forget your chain 7. That is in between those V stitches. This is where the next pineapple will start. So you go ahead and continue that row 15 all the way to the end, where you'll place 1 double crochet in each of the remaining 3 stitches at the end. And I will be back and we will start row 16 together. Let's begin row 16. Row 16 begins with a mock double crochet or a chain up for your first double crochet into that first stitch, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start this repeat. We're going to single crochet to our next chain 3, chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to the next chain 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet to your next chain 3, chain 1, 2, 3, and place 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. There's 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 3 and work across the bottom of the pineapple, at which point you should have 2 chain 3 loops at the bottom of your pineapple. Go ahead and work across the pineapple to the next set of 2 double crochets. So it should look like this with 2 chain 3 loops at the bottom of the pineapple. And now we're going to chain 3 and single crochet to the chain 3. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3. Chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to the next chain 3. Chain 1, 2, 3, double crochet into that next stitch. Then we're going to work a chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch from the row below. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place 10 double crochets into this chain 7. So 10 double crochets into the chain 7 space. I'll meet up with you after that. All right, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work a chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 space of the next V-stitch. So skip your chain 3 and work that chain 2 V-stitch. and skip the second leg of the previous V-stitch and go into the next stitch and place a double crochet. All right, now you're on a repeat here, and we're going to chain 3 and single crochet to the next chain 3 and work all the way through, repeating what we just did. Then you're going to do that one more time for the next side and end the row 16, with 1 double crochet in each of the remaining 3 stitches down here at the end. I'll meet up with you for row 17. All right, let's begin row 17. We're going to work all the way to our repeat, which is through this pineapple here, the newest pineapple that we're starting. So we're going to mock double crochet or chain up for our first double crochet into that first stitch, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to your very first chain 3. And we're going to work that all the way over to where we have those 2 double crochets side by side that are creating that border around the very first set of pineapples. So go ahead and do your chain 3 and single crochet to the following chain 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet to your next chain 3, and so on until we get to the last one. And then we chain 1, 2, 3 and place 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And at this point, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 3 spaces before that first pineapple. All right, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip your next chain 3 and single crochet into the following. Chain 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet to your next chain 3. This is the very last chain 3 space of the actual pineapple itself. Now chain 1, 2, 3, skip your next chain 3 and jump over to your next 2 stitches and place 1 double crochet into each of those. And now we're going to repeat those chain 3 and single crochet to the chain 3 space all the way over here to where our V-stitch and our double crochet is. So all of these. So chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to the chain 3 and repeat. Then repeat again. Then repeat again. And then chain 3 and double crochet into the stitch, which is the first double crochet before that V-stitch. Place a V-stitch into the V-stitch, and remember these are chain 2 V-stitches. We're going to skip over our next chain 3 and we're going to work into these 10 double crochets. So we're going to chain 3, skip the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And just as we did in the previous pineapples, We're going to double crochet into that very first of the 10 double crochets and chain 1. And then we're going to repeat until we have 10 double crochets with chain 1s in between each of them, at which point I'll meet back up with you. All right, once you've made it through all 10 double crochets with chain 1s in between each, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip your next chain 3 and place a chain 2 V-stitch into this chain 2 space. And a double crochet on top of that next double crochet. Please excuse the sounds of my air conditioner and my puppy dogs today. It is a warm day and we're all trying to stay cool. All right, so now we're back to repeating. We're going to do chain 3, single crochet to your chain 3s, and work your way across the next pineapple and over here to your second new pineapple, and work your way around, repeating the same thing we've already done. All right, I'll meet up with you for row 18. All right, let's begin row 18. We're going to mock double crochet or double crochet or chain up for your first double crochet. 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then chain 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3. And we're going to work those chain 3s and single crochet to the next chain 3 all the way over to our next set of double crochet stitches. And I'll meet up with you. From the time we started our chain 3s, we are on a repeat. So here we are at our next set of double crochets. You're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to single crochet to that center point here, that center chain 3. We're going to single crochet to it. And now chain 1, 2, 3. And we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of those 2 stitches. So skip your next chain 3 and double crochet 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Now we're at our next group of chain 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3. Go ahead and work that over to that double crochet and chain 2 V-stitch, and I'll meet up with you over here. So just chain 3 and single crochet to the chain 3 loops. Once you've reached your double crochet and your V-stitch, we're going to repeat that. Going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into the top of that stitch, that double crochet stitch, and then we're going to chain 2 V-stitch into the chain 2 of the prior V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, 2, and double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 3, skip the first double crochet, and single crochet into the chain 1 space. This is where we start our chain 3 loops. So now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to the next chain 1 space. Go ahead and do that all the way to the last chain 1 space. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the chain 3, and we're going to work into that V-stitch, that chain 2 V-stitch, and create a chain 2 V-stitch. And then we're gonna skip the second leg of that V-stitch and hop over to the next stitch and place a double crochet. Then you're on a repeat. You're gonna repeat your chain 3s and single crochets to your chain 3s and continue to work what we just did across that pineapple. Work on your new pineapple and then repeat for the last pineapple and finish with 1 double crochet into each of the remaining 3 stitches at the end of the row. And I'll meet back up with you for row 19. All right, row 19. We're going to begin with our mock double crochet or chain up for that first double crochet into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then we begin our repeat, chain 3, and we're going to single crochet to the next chain 3, and we're going to repeat that all the way over here to where the 2 double crochets are at the bottom of our first set of pineapples. When we get to this section, I'll meet back up with you and show you how to join these together. All right, so here we are. We have our last chain 3 before these 2 double crochets. We're going to double crochet, 1 double crochet in each of those 2 stitches. And now we're just going to jump straight over these 2 chain 3s and place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we're just going to go straight from these 2 on one side to the other 2 on the opposite side. Just like that. So that closes up the bottom of the pineapple completely. Now we're going to work our way with the chain 3s and single crochets all the way over here to our double crochet and V-stitch that come before our new pineapple. Go ahead and work those chain 3s and single crochets to that point. All right, once you get down to that double crochet and V-stitch, we're going to repeat those. So you have a chain 3 and then double crochet into the top of that double crochet. And a V-stitch into the next V-stitch into that chain 2 space of the V-stitch. So it's a chain 2 V-stitch. And then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and work the chain 3s and single crochets across the bottom of your new pineapple. Now you're going to work your chain 3s and single crochets across the bottom of your new pineapple. So you chain 3, skip the first chain 3 and jump over to the little chain 3 loops and single crochet. Then chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3 loop. And we're going to repeat this over to the end of our new pineapple. Once you've reached the end, you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain 3 loops across the bottom of your pineapple. All right, now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and jump over to our next V-stitch. So skip your chain 3, go into the chain 2 space and create a chain 2 V-stitch. And then double crochet into the next stitch, which means skip the second leg of your V-stitch and go into the next stitch and place a double crochet. And then we're on repeat. You're going to go ahead and repeat that we just did all the way around, finishing with closing up the bottom of our last pineapple over here and work our way to the last 3 double crochets. I'll meet up with you for row 20. All right, for row 20, we're going to start with our 3 double crochets, and then we're going to begin chain 3s and single crocheting. we're going to work all the way down here to this V-stitch, to the double crochet and the V-stitch down here. We're going to work that all the way down, placing a single crochet into every chain 3 and in between these 2 sets of double crochets. So we'll go through that section. We're going to start with a mock double crochet or chain up for our very first double crochet in the very first stitch of row 20. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Then we begin our repeat with chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet to the chain 3 space. And we're going to work that all the way over here to the bottom of that pineapple where those 2 sets of double crochets meet. All right, once you come to that section where there's 2 sets of double crochets, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet right in between them. And then chain 1, 2, 3 and single crochet into the next chain 3 space. And that's how you work through that area. And you're going to continue with those chain 3s and single crochets into the chain 3 spaces all the way down here to where our double crochet and our V-stitch is. And then we'll work those and work into our new pineapples. So I'm going to go ahead and work all the way down here to this V-stitch, and I'll meet back up with you. All right, so I've worked to my V-stitch. We're just repeating what we have on the row below. And then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and we're going to hop over the first chain 3 space, and we're going to start working into those little chain 3 loops of our newest pineapples. These newest pineapples will represent the corners of this, turning it into a square, making it more square. And we're just going to work across those with chain 3s and single crochets. When you get down to your last one of the pineapple, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chain 3 loops. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to jump over our next chain 3 space and work that V-stitch into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch from the row below. Just working what we see. And then a double crochet into the double crochet. So skip the second leg of the V-stitch and go into that double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3 and single crochet to your next chain 3 space and repeat. You're going to repeat across the bottom around the new pineapple and then start your repeat again down the other side, ending with 3 double crochets. 1 in each of the last 3 stitches. This is only a half of a repeat on the one side when you finish because you're not adding any more new pineapples. We only have 2 new ones. We started with 1, 2, 3, and then we added 2 more, and that will be the points of our square. All right, so go ahead and finish that, and that will be the end of part 2 for rows 11 through 20. And I will meet up with you in our next video for part 3. That will be rows 21 through 30. And I hope that you're still enjoying it. If you're having any issues with this, please reach out. I will be more than happy to help you along the way. And yeah, so be blessed, be a blessing. And until next time, y'all, bye for now.